Welcome to Barely Begun. Today, I'm going to talk about cheating on your diet. I obviously cannot be trusted with those types of food. I'm a compulsive overeater. I was listening once to a podcast about overeating, and someone asked the speaker, "Do you eat sugar-free cookies?" And her answer was, "A cookie is a cookie. The older I get, the more I realize that's me." So I can't eat a single cookie. I eat cookies by the sleeve and by the bag. That's the only way that it goes.
If you saw such an incident, what would you do about it?
And I see now why nuts are so verboten on keto, because, maybe I didn't have a cheat meal in the traditional sense of that it was pizza or ice cream or baked potato, but 3 cups of macadamia nuts is still not the best choice to make.
To be honest, may sound easy. Some of the time it is. But it can be a real problem.
Especially when wanting to be honest conflicts with other things you want to do.
The peace that I have now, the better health that I have now, the lack of inflammation that I have now is worth more than a cupcake, even with buttercream and sprinkles. Die-hard sprinkle fan. Lack of noises that I make when I get up off the couch now is worth more than the sprinkle. All the keto recipes that duplicate all the foods that got me here, I want to stay away from those because they got me here. I obviously cannot be trusted with those types of food. It's a slippery slope, and I don't want to slide any further down, and now I'm on the trip up, and every time that I try to mimic those old foods, then it's a stone weighing me back down. Every foot that I have to regain is 3 times harder.
When you put it that way.
If I had done this when I was 25, I'm sure it would be a different story. And in my case, I'm middle-aged. So the latitude that I have, the grace period in terms of what my body will accept is narrower. It comes down to an issue of motivation.
That's not always easy.
In my case, I started because I accepted that I'm diabetic. And so there's that little bit extra. So if I have a cheat meal, it's not just that I might go out of ketosis, I might not feel good the next day, I might want to beat myself up. It's that my blood sugar will rise. And so I find that that's really helpful for me. So there's an extra layer of consequence for me. It's also easier when you're ready. We come and go out of different diets, different ways of eating, and sometimes it doesn't stick. Sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes it doesn't make sense until it does.
I didn't know what to do.
I think I've hit that point in my life where it's there. The motivation is there. I'm not white knuckling it. Who you are now versus 6 months from now versus 1 year from now versus 5 or 10 years from now, what your body needs from its nutrition and what your lifestyle dictates are going to be very different. So maybe in a year, I will introduce in some more carb and be comfortable with that and not obsess about that, not go off a cliff.
Sometimes it takes a lot of testing to find the truth.
Know yourself. Be sure of your intentions, the motives behind what you're doing and saying.
If you don't have the eating disorders issues, then yeah, you probably can indulge in those treats and have a lack of obsession. If you can do that, great.
To be honest, you have to find the truth.
I'm an emotional eater. I eat to celebrate. I eat when I'm depressed, when I'm bored, to cope. I eat because that does work temporarily. So it's a slippery slope, especially if you have any type of eating disorder, disordered eating, issues. If you got a bag of issues, you do not need a bag of keto treats. That's how it works for me. Cheat meals are not helping me.
Know what you're doing and why you're doing it. If your intentions aren't honest, then your deed can't be completely honest.
So for me, a cookie is a cookie. It doesn't matter whether it has stevia in it, or monk fruit, or erythritol. They're eaten by the bag. I hope you found this helpful.
We talk it over with you because, well, maybe it'll help you to know just what we found out about honesty.
If it made you think about your own journey in a different way, give it a pause up. Stay healthy. High paw.